June 6, 1944, marked the largest amphibious assault in military history, D-Day. But this operation would have been a complete failure if it wasn't for a man by the name of Juan Pujol. Born in 1912 in Barcelona, Spain, Juan was the son of Harris Pujol, who instilled in his son a hatred for fascism. This hatred grew when Juan became a reluctant participant in the Spanish Civil War, and watched fascism grow under the nationalist ruler, Franco. Later, at the age of 29, spurred on by the killing of his brother by the Nazi regime, Juan's hatred grew for a new dictator by the name of Adolf Hitler. In his memoirs, Juan remembered saying,
"I yearned for justice. From the medley of tangled ideas and fantasies going round and round in my head, a plan slowly began to take shape. I must do something practical. I must make my contribution to the good of humanity."
And so, in January 41, Juan went to the British consulate volunteering as a spy for the British, but they did not take him seriously and sent him on his way. Frustrated but not defeated, Pujol then went to the German embassy, hoping to infiltrate the Reich spy network. He convinced the Abwehr, the German intelligence agency, of his connections with the Spanish security police and other high-ranking officials. The Germans accepted him as a spy and codenamed him Garbo.
Bringing proof of his correspondence with the Germans, Juan returned to the British consulate with evidence that now he was a German spy, expecting them to let him on as a double agent. Again, Pujol was not taken seriously. Juan now had an even bigger task of convincing the Germans that he was in England as part of his deception. This is where his talent for storytelling began. Juan spent long hours at the Lisbon Library gathering everything that he could about England, including books, newspapers, pictures, and ship schedules, all in an attempt to add authenticity into his messages.
Juan developed many pseudo-agents personas, from a pilot to a military officer. By February 44, he had developed 24 such agents and used them effectively. He also used his network of pseudo-agents to grab the attention of British intelligence, finally being accepted as a double agent. The British smuggled him to England on a plane, giving him the codename of Bovril in April 1942. Later, a British intelligence officer, Cyril Mills, codenamed him Garbo for his great acting abilities. Then, in November 1943, the creation of Operation Fortitude began. This was when the three allies planned their deception for the greatest amphibious assault. Little did the British or Garbo know that he would play a key role in this operation and leave a legacy behind in thousands of lives that he would save.
In order to manage the spy network, the British established the Double Cross Committee. Garbo, a trusted special agent, worked closely with the Double Cross Committee to develop his mastermind deception towards the Germans. By 1944, Garbo's network had expanded to include 27 fictitious subagents. This allowed the Double Cross Committee tremendous flexibility in the use of the agents, as well as providing protection for Garbo.
In January 44, the Germans told Garbo they believed the Allies were preparing for a large-scale invasion of Europe, and they looked to him to keep them informed of developments. What the Germans did not know, however, was that part of the plan involved a massive deception campaign in which Garbo would perform a leading role. Operation Fortitude was the codename of this operation and was divided into two phases, Fortitude North and Fortitude South, and Garbo and his network played key roles in both of these deceptions. In the north, Garbo reportedly had 5 of his 27 fictitious subagents stationed throughout Scotland and Northern Ireland to report on the movements of the fictitious Fourth Army. Garbo's reports were well received by the Abwehr, the German intelligence agency, and the Allies were able to build a complete order of battle for the upcoming invasion. By relying on the intelligence from intercepted Enigma-coded messages, the Double Cross Committee was able to pass to the Abwehr what they expected to hear. Through Garbo's sources, the Double Cross Committee determined that the Germans believed there was a full British army in the north. The Garbo network was well represented, with all 27 network agents reporting from southern England. Garbo's service was considered invaluable to the Abwehr's attempts to gain details of the upcoming Allied invasion, with the Abwehr sending a questionnaire to Garbo requesting the organizational structure, readiness, and location of all army groups in England. One of the key moments for Garbo came on the eve of D-Day.
Because of Germany's absolute trust in Garbo, he was able to transmit his most important communication on June 8, 1944. In a well-timed message designed to halt whatever movements the Germans had started toward Normandy, Garbo sent a message stating, "After personal consultation with various agents, I am of the opinion, in view of strong troop concentrations in southeast and East England, that these operations are a diversionary maneuver designed to draw off enemy reserves in order to attack in another place, which very probably will be the Pas de Calais area." This message received the highest priority. Hitler obtained a copy of the report, and because of Garbo's credibility with the Germans, on June 10th, Hitler canceled the movement orders, stopping the 1st SS Panzer Division. While some German reinforcements made it to Normandy, 7 other offensive divisions were held back 14 miles from Normandy to defend the Pas de Calais. Garbo's keen sense of timing brought doubt to the minds of the Germans and caused them to miss an opportunity to throw more reinforcements against the Allies landing at Normandy.
Previous to that, they gave us a big dinner, unbeknownst to us that where we were going, they put us all on a ship, and we all thought we were going to Italy. It's true. So we had no idea we were going to invade France.
It deceived them so completely that throughout July and August they kept 2 armored divisions and 19 infantry divisions at the Pas de Calais in anticipation of an invasion.
Operation Fortitude proved to be an overwhelming triumph for the Allies. With the deception of Garbo and his network of fake agents, the invasion of Normandy would not have been successful.
He himself had a very modest view of what he had accomplished.
It was a culmination of a 2-year effort to build trust with the Abwehr. Overall, Garbo's work was considered so reliable and valuable to the Germans' war effort that Hitler himself authorized awarding Garbo the Iron Cross. The Germans had put much of their intelligence-gathering faith in the hands of a man who they never discovered was a double agent. Some have questioned whether or not Puchol's temperamental behavior was evidence of sociopathic tendencies.
I'm not sure that I felt that he was a little crazy. I mean, he was certainly different. I think mothers call children like that special. Just very unusual, mildly manipulative, slightly sociopathic.
However, even historians do not doubt the significance of Garbo's role in Operation Fortitude and the legacy he left behind in thousands of lives that he saved through his masterful deception. Winston Churchill wisely said, "In wartime, truth is so precious that she should always be attended by a bodyguard of lies." This was the case with Garbo and his network. He systematically infiltrated the German intelligence agency and created a deception that ultimately changed the outcome of the war. Never before had a spy developed such a deceptive network of pseudo-agents and ultimately left behind a legacy of thousands of saved lives.